Welcome back to Race Control. I'm Genny Tulloch here with CEO Knut Frostad, and we are 19 hours into leg 8 out of Lorient. We got actually some amazing drone footage in overnight from Dongfang race team. Knut, what is your take on the drones for this race?
Well, I think it's now it's starting to show what the potential of it, because the first time we had some drones flying out of the boats, actually last race already, it still looked pretty shaky. But the footage we're starting to get now is beautiful. I mean, it's high quality, and the drones are very stable. And you can just imagine what we can do with this in the future. So, no, this is the future, no doubt.
Future of the race.
No doubt.
Okay, well, in the past, last night, when we spoke to you guys, Vestas Wind was just tacking east inshore. And when we spoke with Brunel, they were out to the west, hating the right shift. But that was just the beginning of a split that started to develop overnight. As the breeze went left, we saw two boats tack east, Team SCA and Vestas Wind. Dongfang race team later followed, which led to a huge split with the rest of the pack. The breeze filled inshore, best for SCA, while the guys offshore struggled a little bit, which allowed the women's team to get almost a 5 nautical mile lead this morning. Throughout the day today, the breeze is hopefully going to fill from the northwest, but what do you think of the tactics overnight there?
I think what is interesting is that the two teams that are kind of the outsiders in the overall scoring are the two teams who were kind of let loose to go inshore. And you kind of feel that at least 4 of the teams are glued together. I mean, they're just like paranoid about letting anyone loose, because they all know that, whoever beats whoever have obviously a chance of the overall trophy. So I think it's not by accident that Vestas and SCA were kind of allowed to be by themselves inshore. And I think it's proved to be a good move, but they've had a really tricky night. I mean, it's been parking lots, small local parking lots, and Vestas was extremely close to SCA, in fact, ahead of SCA, and parked up, and SCA didn't. So, Do you
think it was a hard choice for Abu Dhabi when they saw Dongfang tap to the right to stick left, to stick west with Team Brunel?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Abu Dhabi anymore looks at Dongfeng as the main rival. I think that, and the reality is that now they're all almost on the same points behind Abu Dhabi. So, who should Abu Dhabi be covering? And they have to cover them all. So they have to kind of, should I cover 2 or 3 of them, or should I cover 1 of them? 3 of them, obviously. So I think that was quite natural.
Okay, I think on the line now we do have Team SCA, hopefully speaking with skipper Sam Davies. Sam, can you hear us? On the line we've got Sam Davies. Sam, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you, Genny. Hi.
Hi, this is Genny and also Knut in Race Control. It sounds like you had quite a tricky night overnight for the whole fleet. Can you tell us what happened for you guys?
Yeah, well, it was kind of as we were expecting. A bit thunderstormy and very shifty winds coming from all directions, and lots of different wind strengths. So we've had everything from 0 to about 20 knots. So we've had quite a few sail changes and lots of tacks overnight. But yeah, we're just trying to keep our strategy of pointing north, and everyone's been working really hard. But we have managed, a few of us, I think a few of the girls have managed to get a couple of hours sleep. So I think we're still okay to keep going today in the same rhythm.
Was that your strategy to just keep heading north, or did you have any wanting to be east in it?
No, we just wanted to keep heading north. So that was our strategy. Still is.
Any thoughts about covering Team Vestas Wind behind you?
No, it's way too early for that. We're just trying to stick to our strategy, and obviously we keep an eye on where the whole fleet is, but it's pretty hard in these conditions because you can have a boat just 100 meters away from you and they have different winds, so there's no point really trying to cover anyone. It's more, I think it seems, well, for us it seems like the more you concentrate on always being on the right tack to get the quickest towards the north, seems to be the way to get into better pressure, so we've just been concentrating on that.
Hi Sam, this is Knut here. So do you expect this new strong breeze from northwest to fill in just from the north, or do you think it's going to fill in offshore first? You're trying to position yourself, obviously, where the new wind is going to fill in, I assume.
Yeah, well, we are, but the trouble is we haven't got any reliable forecast. I think Libby's looking at it right now. I haven't looked. I've been on watch for the last couple of hours. So just through the night, we haven't been trying to position ourselves for anything other than just getting as quick as we could towards zero, just because there was so much uncertainty. We didn't want to go somewhere which was taking us away from the finish or slower to the finish with a forecast that might not be right. So yeah, for sure now we're getting into a bit more stable pressure, and it's a little bit more as what we were expecting. So I think now we can actually consider looking at the forecast and positioning ourselves. But until now it was just pointless. We just wanted to keep pointing or keep doing our best VMC, VMG towards zero.
Great.
So you're in unstable now. Can you tell us what you're expecting once you get around Cape Finisterre and into more your home waters?
Well, we've got a sign of it already. We've got quite a big swell coming from the north, which I think is the first signs of what we're going to have from, I guess, late tonight, early tomorrow. Some quite strong northeasterlies. So yeah, we can definitely see it's there because we've got a big northerly swell coming down into us. So yeah, we're expecting to be going upwind in some pretty strong wind off Cape Finisterre, and then all the way across the Bay of Biscay. But I think Cape Finisterre is going to be the worst part. But yeah, I think I've seen the Bay of Biscay a lot worse than what we're going to see it in the next few days. So yeah, I know it can be bad. I know the seascape can be bad, so we'll be looking after ourselves in the boat as we go around there. But I don't think there's going to be any reason to stop pushing 100% as we go around Cape Finisterre.
Well, thanks, Sam. Good luck to you guys as you get into more breeze, and congratulations on doing so well so far. We'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Jenny. Thanks, Knut.
Thank you. Good luck.
What do you think of that strategy, Knut, just trying to get northwards when it's unclear what's going on?
I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, the interesting thing is that you set yourself up for a long-term game, but in the short term, there's so much uncertainty with all these patchy thunderstorms at night and things. And you risk that things you don't even plan for could actually decide the whole thing, because, you know, if they get stuck like Dongfeng now had a terrible night, and you know, that distance between them now can actually grow exponentially. I mean, it's if they are now, you know, 5 miles in front, if they start to sail into the stronger breezes we see on this tracker where you see the grid file overlaid with the wind, you know, you can just see that who you want to be. You want to be north, obviously. Yeah. Well, you always want to be ahead, but the breeze is going to be stronger in the north. You're going to sail into the new breeze, and you're going to stretch that distance. So those parking lots the guys went through this night, and the girls, that's painful. Could be decisive, unfortunately, for some.
Well, we definitely saw some nervous faces on board Abu Dhabi yesterday, especially with the unstable forecast. The race leaders really wanted to know what was going on, and we heard from navigator Simon Fisher that it was anything other than being obvious. This was sci-fi.
These guys have got wind inside now.
Yeah. Well, getting going again now.
Getting better?
Turn the lights on the rig, please.
No, I mean, it's just a really complicated forecast for the leg. Really messy from here to Finisterre. So, you know, we spent days and days poring over the weather, trying to work out whether inshore or offshore are better, and the honest answer is we really don't know. And well, that's sort of getting confirmed right now when we've got a wind direction that's, well, 140 degrees further right than we expected it. So.
It's difficult when you have no idea what to expect. We actually have on the line now Charlie Enright, skipper of Team Alvimedica. Charlie, can you hear us?
Charlie. Hey, Jenny, it's Damo. Charlie just stepped out for a second and he just rolled into attack. He's on his way back here momentarily.
No problem, Amo. Did you just say he's rolled into attack or just stepped out for a second?
We rolled into attack, so Charlie went to move in the stack, but he's walking towards the phone right now. No
problem. And what tack are Charlie? Charlie?
Yeah.
Perfect. That was quite a quick comeback. Okay, so what tack are you on now? We heard you just tacked. Were you on starboard earlier and now you're on port?
We are now on starboard.
Okay. And now I'm seeing you on the tracker. Okay, so tell us about what you guys have had as a strategy overnight. You're clearly in the Western pack. What were you aiming for?
The corner. We've just been trying to get north. It's been really shifty. The forecasts haven't been stellar. So we've been just trying to wiggle our way north with a series of attacks and occasionally ducks.
How hard is it for you when you know that the finish line is within 3 days and you've just started? I mean, it's got to be an even more ramped up intensity compared to the last legs, with this leg being so short.
Yeah, it certainly is, and every inch matters. The conditions have been, crazy. Really light, really windy. So I mean, if you if you were to really sprint the whole thing, you'd move the whole track all the time. You'd take sails all the time. It's in order to stay in the perfect configuration. Got it. All right, we're tacking again here.
Okay.
I'll give you guys Amory.
Okay.
No problem. Thanks, Charlie. Thanks for joining us in between tacks.
All right, guys.
Wow, that's tough. That's difficult.
That is tough. But we have to give him the break for making a tack.
Exactly, of course.
8 guys only to tack that big boat and shift all the weight from one side to the other. Taking one of them out is actually having a big impact.
Do we still have you, Amo?
I'm good. Good. A busy night out here, and we had a beautiful morning.
How many?
Tons of dolphins, which was really cool. I've been waiting all race for a dolphin. I've been staring at everyone else's images, and fortunately today we cashed in on a bit of that luck. Really cool morning for me, and got some really nice stuff.
Did you get dolphins at sunrise? That would be your perfect shot.
There's not so much of a sunrise. It's pretty cloudy out here, but I did have 3 or 4 Volvo 65s in the background, which gives you an indication as to just how close it is.
Fair enough. How many tacks do you guys think you've done overnight since you started?
I don't know, maybe 7, if I had to guess. More than 5 and less than 10. Some of them are half tacks where you're kind of just bouncing around and you furl on one side and unfurl on the other, and people stay up in the bow, and the other half are full stack to stack, 20-minute exercises. But there's definitely a busy night for everybody, and I think there's probably no better way to get into the offshore or inshore mentality rather than a night like that. There's just a bit of a shock to the system, and for sure this morning everyone is feeling like they've been on the boat for a little while.
Does not sound easy.
Hi, Emery, it's Knut here. Do you feel that there's a bit of a different sort of psychology on board now that we get towards the end of the race and people are starting to look at the overall scoreboard, or do you feel the guys are treating the leg the same?
Yes and no. I for sure, every point, at this point in the race means a little more. It's easy to see where you stack up and where we stand in the overall leaderboard. But at the same time, I think we've been racing for long enough now that it feels pretty normal. And I wrote this morning, we spend more time on shore than we do on the boat. And coming back out here, there's a certain familiarity to it all. And I think people have settled in pretty nicely, and it just feels like any other leg where you've got less than 1,000 miles and just trying to grind everybody down. The difference, of course, is that every tack matters that much more. Every shift, every puff, with so little difference between us.
Exactly.
Everyone's aware there's a lot at stake, and that makes for some exciting sailing.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Amo, and best of luck to you guys coming up. We'll speak to you soon.
Great. Thanks, Jenny.
So I think that's it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Knut, for joining us. And if you have questions for us or the sailors, tweet to us at Volvo Ocean Race. We'll be back here at 4 p.m. UTC, 6 p.m. Central European Time. See you then.